everybody's getting it. James G, even Jack. Cause I'm a beast on the track when I fucking rap. Okay, enough of this garbage. I'm causing a carnage. I'm switching the barrage. Emptying the cartridge on this bastard. Niggas steady.
Yeah, so what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Seun T, and you can see to the right, that's the man Xzu-B, all right, reputable rapper from Salone. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Yo, Seun T, I'm fine, thank you, bro. I'm fine, thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
And it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. I am glad to have you today on the channel, bro.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
I appreciate so much.
okay, bro. So we have lots of questions for you, bro. So I think we should just get started right away. Um,
All right.
if you don't mind, can you please give us a little bit about your background before you started music? Like how long ago did you start rapping? Like how long ago did you enter the music industry?
Well, to be precise, I started when I was in high school, actually. I
Okay.
was doing this rapping thing until I started the WAS exams. And immediately after I started the WAS exams, I started concentrating on it as a career because I first got signed by the Caldenero Records in 2003, 2004. Caldenero Records with the likes of Daddy Sarge, the likes of jungle leaders, the likes of Beta Fluids. Those were the top heads at that time. So I was fortunate to be part of that team, Caldenero Records, 2003, 2004. And I was in a group actually. I was part of a group called Explicit. So it all started that time until I left the group. A couple of years after that time, I left the group. I went solo. I went solo as Xzu-B in 2009.
Okay.
And in 2009, I released a single which caught the attention of one of the biggest producers in Sierra Leone at that time, Tete, who owns a record label called Cat House. So I got signed under that. I got signed under that label in 2010, and I released my first hit single, which was a smashing hit, Go Kabbalah.
Okay.
That was my first hit, when I went solo. Go Kabbalah was my first hit. Then immediately after that, I started recording my album, with my debut album with Xzu in 2010. And my first album was released in 2014, which is called the X album or Extraordinary. It's also on Audio Mark and all. So at that time, I was struggling, because I was not. It was not a perfect management per se. Like we were just working as friends because he was just producing and I was just doing the lyrics and thing. So it was all left to me to push myself out there to do videos. All those were not part of the package. So I had to do it myself. So I was struggling. Even when I released the first album, I was unable to do a lot of videos. So I was looking out for management at that time, even though I was with Tete as a producer. I was looking out for other management to push my stuff out there to distribute my music. Which was very, very hard to find in Sierra Leone. So I had to do it myself. And as time went by, Tete went back to America because he was based in America. He just came for a couple of months in Sierra Leone. So he had to go back to America. And I had to push myself from that point because he was not concentrating on music. It was not that effective as it used to be. So I had to push myself until I had to affiliate with the DOZ Cabal in 2017, 2018. I had to affiliate with DOZ Cabal, um, the movement with Stasi. I guess you know about Stasi, right?
Yes, Tazi. Sure.
Yeah, that's the movement owned by Xzu. It was just an affiliation. I was not signed officially. I had to affiliate with them because I was having my own movement, which is a troublemakers. So I affiliated with them. We worked together on a couple of projects, and I had to release my second album, Majesty album, which I released in 2019. But I started working on it when I just met the music about team. So we worked on it as a team, like Troublemakers, the music about collaboration. Though it was my album, but yeah, it was cut of the music about and Troublemakers. So yeah, I started working with them from that time. I had a lot of goodies that started happening, like the BBC interview, This is Sierra Leone song, which got over 500,000 and something views and still going. There was a lot of other good things happening. So, it was a nice experience for me, being part of the team and moving with them, doing collaborations and all. So I released my album in 2019, which is the Majesty album. And from that point, I had to move on because we all try to find greener pastures, but still I have a very good relationship with them. So immediately after I released the Majesty album, I caught another attention of another UK-based entertainment company, which is the Grind 24. They reached out to me, showed a lot of interest that they want me and them to do business. So I was very open up because I was not tied and I was not actually signed to any particular record label at that time. So I was open enough to work with them. So since then, I started working with the Grind 24. My first single was Headlines. I don't know if you also watched that. It's on my YouTube page.
Okay.
Headlines, which I featured King George. And after that, I released this. Of course, I made it featuring Lyrical Joe, which is going viral already. So, and I'm presently working on my Gifted EP. So fans should be expecting that too.
Okay.
At least for me to just summarize, that's the Xzu-B so far.
Yeah. That's great, bro. That's a long history of music. That's great. That's great. Um, you mentioned your "This Is Sierra Leone" song, right? I think I stumbled on that a few months ago, and I also saw a video of you doing a stage performance, right? So it seems like it seems from what you've told us now, it seems like you had both the good side and the bad side of the Sierra Leone rap industry, right? But we would like to hear more about what the Sierra Leone rap industry is like. What is going on in the Sierra Leone hip hop industry? What is it like for artists trying to make it?
To be honest with you, it's not easy at all. It's not easy, especially when you're trying to create your own brand. You're trying to step out of that box. You're trying to be unique in your own way. For the fans to accept you, it takes time. It takes perseverance. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of courage. Because honestly, the pulling down syndrome is real. No matter how talented you are, some people just don't support. It's natural. Like it's not in them to support any new act.
Yeah.
Especially when, for example, if they started supporting like Act A, it's always gonna be Act A to the very end. They don't just see all the talents and support and know it's Sierra Leone at the end of the day. It's just one-sided. So that's one of the main things affecting us, and also affecting on the ground or the up-and-coming artists, because there is no way, there is no path, there is no platform which has already been set by those who came before us. It's just all about themselves. It's just about selfish and greed. So it's very, very hard for you as an upcoming artist to penetrate unless you have the courage, you have the drive, you have support, you have the management, and also you have the cash to push you to that limit. But it's not easy though. And so to the fans again, the fans are one of the biggest problems also. Supporting, some people just support popularity, they don't support talent. They support based on popularity, based on what they see their friends supporting. They don't support based on facts and talent. So there's lots of negative things happening, but you have to encourage yourself and keep pushing. That's how I've been doing since day one. Like I don't allow anything to stop me, irrespective of the situation. So that's the situation basically.
Okay. That leads me to one of the questions asked by one of the fans. All right. The person asked that what do you say? Why do you think Sierra Leone rappers are not recognized generally in Africa and by award based committees like some of the committees that give awards, for instance, and the Afrima Awards. So why is it that you think? So what do you think is the reason why Sierra Leone rappers are not recognized?
Well, it depends because when you look at these awards, they have their criteria. They have what they're looking out for. Probably they're looking out also for numbers. And when it comes to numbers, that's one of our biggest problems in Sierra Leone because of our internet problem, our internet facility. It's down. You can actually have a lot of fans in the streets when you move about, or you can have a lot of fans going your show supporting you. But that number that you have in the streets and those fans that are supporting you in your shows, it does not normally. Most times it does not reflect on your internet followers.
Oh.
It doesn't reflect because we have a poor facility. We don't have that amount of access to internet. So all that, it's pulling us down one way or the other. No matter how you take a look at it, you can see some artists in Sierra Leone. They can fill a whole stadium. It's not just one. We have a couple of artists in Sierra Leone who fill stadiums and all, but it does not reflect on their internet followers, all because we have a poor internet and all. And also again, sometimes they're sleeping on Sierra Leone because when it comes to lyrical ability, when it comes to making good music, we're there too. I've been featured on BBC. I've been featured on a BBC interview all the way from Sierra Leone with all the internet facility which we lack and all. But they reached out to me. So sometimes it's not just about the internet. We have to push, irrespective of whatever the situation is. We have to push. So like these awards they're letting us, so these awards not actually nominating rappers from Sierra Leone. Probably maybe sleeping on us, and also because of the numbers involved. So maybe those are one of the reasons why probably we're not nominated. But when it comes to lyrical ability, when it comes to making good songs and all, you can't leave Sierra Leone after that. It's very important to leave Sierra Leone out of it because when it comes to lyrical ability, you yourself know, Seun T. We have a host of MCs from Sierra Leone who can go toe to toe with any African rapper, bro. Me myself, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Including me myself, bro.
Now now your last statements about MCs who can go toe to toe with other rappers in Sierra Leone, that will we'll come back to you in a minute. But now that you've mentioned that, there are questions, lots of questions asking you to mention your top 5 rappers in Sierra Leone, excluding yourself. You mentioned your top 5 rappers in Sierra Leone, then you mentioned your top 5 in Africa.
My top 5 rappers in Sierra Leone, excluding myself?
Yes.
Okay. We have a lot of titles in season Sierra. Trust me, that's gonna be a hard one for me to name the top 5. Well, of course, I can name the top 5, excluding myself. To start with, in no particular order. I'm naming them in no particular order.
I can't hear you.
I'm naming the 5 rappers in no particular order. Like
Okay.
randomly.
Okay.
Super large.
All right.
Super large. SK. Afghanistan Republic.
Okay.
Wow. Xzu-B.
Xzu-B, okay.
Xzu-B.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, Caldenero.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Stazzy, okay. So that's 5.
Stazzy. Yeah.
So your top 5 in Africa.
My top 5 in Africa.
Yeah.
Caldenero Jones.
Okay.
Casper Invest.
Okay.
MI.
Okay.
Sakodi.
Okay. That remains 1.
LJ.
LJ, Lyrical Joe. Okay.
Lyrical Joe. Yeah.
Okay. So now that you've also mentioned Lyrical Joe now, so that leads us to another question that I am curious about, and that many of the viewers, all right, on the channel are curious about. So how did you come in contact with LJ? How did you decide to work with LJ, and what was the experience like with Lyrical Joe?
Well, honestly, like I've been following his page, I've been following his work, lately, and when he dropped the song with Sakodi, I've forgotten the name of the song actually. You know,
Yeah.
I found out that he's I found out that he's a lyrical dude. He has a sly way of playing with words and all, and that attracted me to him. You know, but my first time talking to him was when my manager contacted his manager, and he placed us on a conference call. That was my first time talking to him, because that was my first time my manager reached out to their camp, so to ask for the collaboration and all. So that was my first time talking to him, and it was a nice dude. Like, you know, we had a good conversation. We laughed about everything, and you know, he asked for my links and all. I sent them to him. Later, I called again. So, like, you know, he's a cool dude. He was very, very open up to talk to me. You know, despite what he has been going on with one of the Sierra Leone rappers and all. But he was very open up to talk to me business and from a musical perspective. So honestly, like, we've never had that time. I've never met with him in person. Like, we just talked on the phone, and we've never even done any video calls yet. So it's just been on the phone talking and all. So based on that, I can tell you he's a cool dude, and he's open up to work based on business. And the reason why I actually featured LJ was because he's lyrical. He has the attention that in Africa, and he's competitive, and I like competitive rappers too. And of course, you know, like, it reminds me of myself in Ghana, because he's in Ghana, I'm in Sierra Leone. He's trying to, like, you know, reach up there. You know, even though he's not top at the top list yet, but he has so much potential. He has a prospect, just like myself here. So, like, it reminds me of myself. That's why I went out for him, you know, and because of his lyrical ability.
Okay, okay. So you did a track with him called I Made It. All right. Now that track was it was, for me, it was like Royce the 5'9" and Eminem going on a track. All right. It was like two superpowered lyricists going on a track. All right. Now when you were done with the track, how did you feel about the song when you were done with it?
When I was done with the track,
Yes, when the track was produced and ready, when you listen to it again, what did you think about the song?
I just felt greatness. Honestly, I just felt greatness with him. Like, I know, yeah, it's about time. I just felt that type of way. Like, it's about time for these niggas to recognize real what's greatness. You know, like, it was just about time. I just felt that type of way.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Because honestly, let me tell you this. You know, they've been sleeping on me for quite a long time. Like, even in Sierra Leone, you know, with all the achievements, the BBC interview, the this, the that, the 500,000 views, you know, like, they don't mention Xzu-B, you know, like, they don't give me my props I deserve. You know,
yeah,
so, like, when I finish making that song, when I feel like, when you listen to the song, to the concept, the words on the chorus, you know, it's like me preaching, like me saying what I've been through, like,
yeah.
irrespective of the hard times, of people not mentioning my name, leaving my name out, but I'm still here, and I finally made it. So, like, it's reflecting on my life, what I've been through, what I've gone through in terms of the sharing and music thing. So the moment I actually listened to the final product of the song, I felt like, yeah, it's about time. It's finally about time. You know,
Okay,
that's how I felt.
okay, okay. Now it's impossible to discuss all of this, all right, without bringing in another rapper from Sierra Leone, Caldenero by name, because your track seemed to, from the response on the channel, it seemed to have been received with mixed feelings. Some people feeling like, you should not have done a song with Lyrical Joe. Some people feeling like, especially with the interview I did with Caldenero, right, earlier on IG, when he said some of the people that Lyrical Joe have done songs with, that they are not A-list artists, all right, and there were a few other things he said. So it caused some sort of mixed feelings, all right. What do you have to say to those who think you did something wrong by featuring an artist you admired like LJ? Those who think, and also two in one question. Also, some of them feel like you influenced the this track between Lyrical Joe and Caldenero, some people feel like you gave Lyrical Joe some information about Caldenero. So what do you have to say about that?
Man, it's crazy. It's really crazy for fans to be having those kind of thoughts though. But like, yeah, let me just clear the air. Um, First of all, like me featuring Lyrical Joe, I'm looking at it from a business perspective. I'm a businessman. Despite me being an artist, I'm an entrepreneur. So whatever I do, or whatever type of song I do, or whatever collaboration I do, like I don't just do it because I'm chasing clouds or for any other particular reasons. I'm doing it because it's business at the end of the day. I'm not doing music because of pleasure. So, and Caldenero's beef is not my beef. We're all Sierra Leoneans. Let me make this clear. We're all Sierra Leoneans. He's representing the Black Leo. I'm representing Troublemakers Grind 24.
Okay.
So whatever altercation he has with whosoever, I don't think it's my business. As long as I'm not involved, my name is not involved, or my camp is not involved. I don't think it's any of my business.
Okay.
So me featuring Lyrical Joe at the same time, because Lyrical Joe had an altercation with Caldenero. So people thinking as if I snitched on Caldenero, I snitched on my own brother. That's nonsense, bro. That's crazy for them to even think like that. We're doing this thing for business. Even when Caldenero featured Sarkodie, I think he did that because he was trying to expand his brand. He was trying to, make himself more known, because Sarkodie was at a point where if Caldenero collaborated with him, it would have more fan base, especially in Ghana and beyond Africa and all. So that's the business idea behind it. Me featuring LJ. LJ already has followers than me. LJ already has a bigger platform than me. But so at the end of the day, me being lyrical, him being lyrical, our names are top notch in each. My name is top notch in Sierra Leone. His name is top notch in Ghana. Then that will at the end of the day bring a lot of dividends to both of us at the end of the day, because he's gonna expand his fan base in Sierra Leone, and I'm gonna expand my fan base in Ghana and beyond Africa.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's the whole idea. It's business, bro. It's money making thing. I have a management that's looking up to me to make money for them. And I have a family to feed. I'm not here to play, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here to make money. I'm here to build bridges. I'm here to create connections. Gain more links to be at the top notch. I'm not here to beefing is all part of it. You can't escape it. But trust me, I'm not here to burn bridges. I'm here to build bridges. We beef when it's time for us to beef. That's for sure. You know me. The last time I had an altercation with one of my
we will be discussing that.
with one of my guys here.
We'll be discussing that. We will be discussing that. Well,
yes, exactly. I'm just making it as a reference,
Yeah.
So when it's beef, I'm ready. But when it's time for business too, let's keep the business. So those mixing things up, misunderstanding the whole concept about me featuring LJ, that's wrong, bro. This is business, and we're trying to raise the flag up. We're trying to represent Sierra Leone to the fullest. We're all Sierra Leoneans. We need to have the right to raise the flag up, So I don't know why people have issues with it.
Facts. Now this is your interview, but at this point, I feel like I should chip something in. All right. I have always said that the reason for trying to get an international community, a Pan-African community for hip hop, is so we can all come together. All right. Collaborate. So whether diss tracks or collaborations, even the diss tracks is lyrical sports. Right. It's for all of us to get to know each other.
That's why I said it's all part of the package. It's all part of it, but everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own direction which they want to take.
Yeah.
So Caldenero has his own direction he's taking. I have my own direction I'm taking. I'm not attached to that nigga. We're all Australians. We're all trying to raise the flag high, but we all have our own different paths we're taking. So I don't see any problem with Caldenero having issue with me, or Black Leo fans having issue with me for featuring someone who they have an altercation with. That's their own problem. That's not my problem. So, for example, if I have a problem with another international artist, So does that mean they're going to be that international artist because I have a problem with that international artist?
Yeah, I get
So
you.
it's very unfair, bro. It's very unfair for them to think like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, so now that leads us to the next question. All right.
Yeah.
Someone asked, would you be open, right? If the opportunity presented itself, would you be open to having a collaboration with Caldenero, right? Do you have a problem with Caldenero? Would you be open to collaborating with Caldenero on a song? Let me read the full question, because let me read the full question. Said, um
Uh,
give me a minute. Okay, many people are asking that same question. Will he do ask him if he wants to, okay, will he do a collaboration with Caldenero? If the opportunity arises, will you do a collaboration with Caldenero?
Most definitely, as long as the paperwork is right, we definitely gonna. Why would I hesitate to do a collaboration with my own brother? Like, I don't have any issues against him, to be honest with you. So, it's just fans just creating issues. Like, I personally don't have any issue with none of my brothers, unless you step on my line and I'll check you for that. That's all. But I don't have any personal issues. I'm ready to collaborate with anybody at all. Like, I'm ready as long as the paperwork is right. Then we can jump on it at any time, bro.
Okay, all right. So now this the very first time I reacted to you was okay. First of all, let me give props to Shadowboxer. Shadowboxer was the first Sierra Leonean artist that I reacted to, right? When he dropped the MI Wars diss track, which was lit, by the way, right? So after that, now in that diss track, Shadowboxer no, after Shadowboxer dropped the diss track, you responded. You responded to Shadowboxer's diss against you, against the MI. So some people want to know that why did you diss Shadowboxer?
To start with, like, Shadowboxer, like, he's a friend of mine. Like, we have a mutual relationship. Even before that occasion, we have a very mutual relationship. Normally when he calls his top 10 rappers in Sierra Leone, I mentioned when I dropped the I'm So Free Some Challenge, he posted it up. Like, he's been giving me props and all. So there's a mutual love and understanding between me and him. So when he did that MI was, he named up two. There was a particular area around. I can't recall exactly anymore. Like, there was a particular part in that song where he named up two Sierra Leonean rappers who he thinks are the most lyrical, or maybe that's his own opinion. You understand?
Yeah.
And he also said something like those in Sierra Leone just stay in your place, like something like that. Like, he was trying to belittle the rappers in Sierra Leone and all. So me, as being one of the most lyrical MCs and being the AYP cypher chief judge, running the whole cypher thing, just sitting here and listening to such disrespect without even saying anything back, it's like a slap on my face and a slap on the whole cypher community. Because, like that's my position. That's what I that's what I'm used to. Like, I'm used to battle rap. It started off from battle rap. So, like someone dragged me to that. Why would I just sit back and relax when he's actually directly talking to all of us, not just me, but all of us in Sierra Leone. So if anyone can answer, I believe that's my position as a lyrical MC. It's a sport to jump back and clap back the team to let you know that, hey, bro, you have to slow down, bro. Despite you being my bro and all, yeah, but this is a sport. At the end of the day, we can settle it behind the scene, but that was the reason why I actually jumped at my nigga. But we cool though. Like, I don't have any personal thing against him, because after the beef, we met at the show. We hugged, we performed a couple of songs because we have other songs together.
Oh,
we performed the songs together. It was just I had to check him. Yeah, I have two. It's not my song actually. I was featured by Bash Beats. The song is called Play.
Okay, I think I reacted
Bash
to that
Beats
one.
featuring Xzu-B and Shadow, and there's another one called I'm the One with a couple of other artists, and he was there too, and myself was there on that track too. You can check it out. I'm the One. So, like, yeah, we have a very cool relationship. The respect is still there. But I just had to check in on that situation.
Okay, okay. I'm going through the questions now. Just want to see. Uh, okay, somebody asked. This person is Emery Bisesi. Said, please ask him if he wants to be the future king of SL hip hop.
I want to be the future king.
Yes.
Future. Trust me, bro. I'm the king. I don't know what people think, but I'm a king.
Okay.
I named my second album Majesty. And the meaning of Majesty, you already know. Like, it's crazy. Like, people talking about future king. I'm talking about now. You talking about the future. I'm talking about now. So I don't know about the future, bro. I can tell you about the future. I can tell you only about now.
No. Okay.
I'm the king now, irrespective of what anyone thinks. I believe myself. I have a confidence in saying that. So if you have a problem with that, come check me out.
Okay. 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 Then someone asked, what are your next moves and why are you not so active in the SL hip hop scene?
My next move, actually, let me just bring this to the notice of the fans out there. This is my third album I'm working on, which is the Gifted EP. My fourth album, X album, is on AudioMac. My second album is on all digital platforms, including AudioMac. And this is my third album I'm working on, which is the EP, called Self Grind 24 and Troublemakers. This is my first single of the album, the EP I'm working on, which is I made it with Lyrical Joe. And there's a lot of other goodies on the album. And hopefully the album will be dropping by the end of this year to early next year. So my management, we've not actually set up a particular date yet, but we're still working on it. Let them expect greatness. You already know what it is. A lot of collaborations coming in and all. And what's the next question you said?
Why are you not so active in this SL hip hop scene? And what's your next move?
Well, I don't know what the person means by why I haven't been active. Maybe it's not been following up on Sierra Leonean music, because I've been active for over like 4 5 years, consecutively. Year out, I've been putting out hits, I've been putting out tremendous work, collaborations. Of course, like from the year 2017 to now, I've put out a lot of work, bro. The only problem I've been having, like in the year 2015 to 2016, I lost my wife. So that was a major. I had a major breakdown in my career, which slowed me down a lot of things. I had to reset. I had to put myself together back to pick up from where I left. So it was not easy, because she went to deliver. She lost her life in labor. She lost the baby. It's not easy to go through, those kind of pain and just kick back in the music like that. It takes time for you to heal up and all. So that was one of the things that slowed me down. And also the things that why people are not seeing me as if I'm active that much. I told you earlier on, they I don't know, but there are a lot of projects coming up in which I should be mentioned based on hard work. It's not based on familiarity, based on anything, but based on hard work and based on everything I've been doing. My name should be mentioned on a lot of things. But just like I told you, we have the pulling down single here. We have these people working based on familiarity. They don't look out for talent. They support popularity. So sometimes the realest ones who are supposed to be in certain situations don't show up. They don't show up in certain situations. You have to fight this yourself. Like I've been looking at myself as an independent artist in one, because I'm not into Sierra Leone industry that much. I've been independent and I've been doing my thing, from a long time ago. Because all what I've been doing, I'm not involved in the Sierra Leonean industry thing. Like, I'm independent, bro. Like, so maybe that's the reason why people don't see me as I'm that much active. And also, I've been running the AYD cypher for over 4 years now. So them saying here I'm not active, I don't know what that means, because that's the only national cipher program in Sierra Leone, and I'm the chief judge. I'm the chief judge, and I do the auditions. So like I've been very, very active, both on my career and on the cypher thing and on featurings and a lot of work. So I don't know what that person means though.
Okay, bro. Okay. Okay. Well, most of the questions here are just people either praising you or throwing tantrums. So I think I would yeah. So we are almost done with the questions. We're almost done with the questions. But you know, we have a tradition on this platform that before we end interviews, there's one question we always ask. All right. So the question is usually for you to say something nice about someone you have an issue with, someone you've had a run-in with. Now you have said that you don't have an issue with Shadowboxer. However, you diss Shadowboxer. So we'll need you to say something nice about Shadowboxer.
And first of all, congratulations, my nigga, because I think he just proposed to his fiance and all. I think so.
Wow.
I've not been following up. I've not been following up on that too much, but I made some understanding. He just proposed. Shadowboxer just proposed.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, my nigga.
Yeah,
I still respect you. I still got love for you.
Yeah.
It's for competition. You don't know what it is. You know the rules of the game. So it's all good, bro. I wish you all the best. I have a family. Yeah, man. It's all good.
Okay. Thank you very much for being here with us, bro. Thank you very much for the interview. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, bro. You're most welcome. And don't forget to check Xzu-B out on YouTube, on Instagram at I am Xzu-B, on YouTube at Xzu-B Music, on Facebook at Xzu-B Music, on Twitter at Xzu-B Music. And my album is on all digital platforms, the Majesty album. You better look up it. And watch out for the Gifted EP. Becoming Grind 24 Troublemakers all day. Sierra Leone to the fullest.
So you guys heard that. Go follow him on his Twitter page, on his IG page, on his Facebook page, and watch out for his next project, guys. Watch out for his next project. So thanks, bro. God bless.
You're most welcome, bro. You're most welcome.
All right.
Blessed up.
Pizzo on the track, I'm the one that make him run. I'm the one that drop it hot. Fuck with me and you get shot. They can get me if they plug. I'm the baddest of the lot. I'm the baddest of the lot.